I don't care who's in front of me. I'm ready to put them all away and get my spot for the belt. So, I've never turned down a fight and I've never said no. I've never walked away from anything. And there was like five different names that were thrown at me, but the only one that stuck, I think the only one that made sense, whether it was like from an injury perspective or matchup perspective, like I think all of it added up. It was Erin, and so I took it, and here we are.
All right, everybody, let us say hello to one half of the main event this Saturday at the Apex. She will face Erin Blanchfield at UFC Vegas 107. Big fight in the women's flyweight division. Big fight for Maycee Barber, who returns for the first time in a little over 14 months. Maycee, good to see you back. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You have been through quite a bit over the past year with hospital stays. I believe you said at one point you felt like you're going to die at times, illnesses, all sorts of craziness. But now it's fight week and you're preparing for this fight. And I guess the first question is, how are you feeling physically heading into this one after everything you've had to go through?
I feel blessed. Honestly, I feel excited. I'm more than ready, and honestly, I'm just thankful that I'm getting to do this again.
Yeah, because I think it was after the Caitlin Sermonara fight in Miami. That's right around when you were hospitalized. And at the time, I think
Hmm.
you were doing an interview with Ariel Helwani, who was with us at the time, and you weren't really sure what was going on. The doctors couldn't exactly identify or pinpoint what it was. Did you ever
Yep.
end up getting any answers?
No, we never got any answers, and yeah, that was literally the time I remember Ariel was asking me for an interview, and I was scheduled to go on the show, and I texted him from the hospital. I'm like, "Hey, I'm not gonna make it on. I'm in the hospital." So, what a wild ride! But again, we're here, and I'm healthy, and we're good. So I'm excited.
Because you were supposed to fight Rose in Denver, which is obviously a fight that you
Hmm.
wanted, and you had to watch Tracy Cortez step in and do the thing. But for you, when did you turn the corner with the recovery? When did you realize, okay, I still have some work to do to get into fight shape, perhaps, but I am physically able to take a fight. I'm on the other side of this. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, it was a lot of like back and forth. You're good? No, you're not good. You're good. No, you're not good. But it didn't happen till like December, or January, honestly, is when I was like training. So I got to start training in like November, December time.
And when you found out Erin Blanchfield would be the opponent for the long-awaited illustrious return, what was your reaction to that?
I don't care who's in front of me. I'm ready to put them all away and get my spot for the belt. So, I've never turned down a fight and I've never said no. I've never walked away from anything. And there was like five different names that were thrown at me, but the only one that stuck, I think the only one that made sense, whether it was like from an injury perspective or matchup perspective, like I think all of it added up. It was Erin, and so I took it, and here we are.
So that was the best opportunity in your eyes with everything?
I think it was the best opportunity in the UFC's eyes. I think that it doesn't really matter to me. They threw out multiple opponents, but uh, it was all just kind of like, what do you think of this one? What do you think of this one? Like here and then when Erin was offered, I was like, yes, and she said yes. So again, here we are.
There we go. And Erin lost to Manon Fioro. She bounced back with the win over Rose. Very close fight. A lot of people thought Rose might have actually won that fight. And I think I saw a clip earlier today that you might be one of those people who thought Rose won that fight. But she actually told one of my colleagues heading into this fight that she's happy. She's ready to get back in there, but she is a little bit concerned about whether or not you'll be able to even make it to this fight. And looking at you right now, you look like you're ready to fight. So you can confidently say to Erin, no worries, I will be there, right? Why do you think she said that?
I also said this earlier. I think that Erin said that because Erin has absolutely nothing else to say. I don't think that Erin really has any kind of like what I don't really know what she could say that's like bad. I mean, it doesn't really. I've tried to rack my brain and think about, oh, what she's gonna say. Like, what else could she say? But she can't say anything. I mean, I guess that's her only concern is that I might not make it to the fight, which doesn't make a lot of sense, other than me being sick. But that's in the past, and I took a fight, and I've never pulled out of a fight for any reason other than health issues. So. I think it's pretty ignorant. But that's really about it.
A lot has happened since your last fight because Valentina Shevchenko won the flyweight title back. She defended not that long ago against Manon Fiorot. Natalia Silva got a big win over Alexa Grasso on that same card. For you, what has it been like watching all of these changes happen as you're trying to get back in there and recovering? Has it been exciting? Like, wow, so much movement at 125? Or has it been like, darn, I wish I was in this mix being a part of it?
A little bit of both. I mean, for me, like the main focus was to get healthy because if I wasn't healthy, I wouldn't be able to participate at all. And I want to participate at 100%. I don't want to just go in halfway. So, um, honestly, like, yes, I was watching it, but also I was like, okay, I'm watching it, but I'm getting better. So, uh, I was still continuing to evolve. I was still watching film. I was still training when I could, and I was still doing everything I needed to do to continue to evolve with all the other girls. Um, and there has been a lot of changes, and it's cool to see, but I'm excited to be back.
And now you have this fight on Saturday with Erin Blanchfield, and the stakes are pretty high right now with Valentina sort of looking for her next challenger. There isn't a clear cut contender at this moment, and you could
Mhm.
obviously change things up in a big way. What does this fight mean to you, and what do you feel is actually at stake, in your opinion, in this fight?
I mean, every fight to me is important, and every fight means a lot to me. Um, but honestly, right now, I'm just focused on getting a finish, and when I solidify the finish, I'm going to solidify my spot for the belt.
There's you and Erin and Natalia, and you're sort of vying for that top spot right now to fight Valentina. But Zhang Wei Li has talked about moving up as well. In fact, she told me before her last fight with Tatiana Suarez, if this were my call, I'm done at strawweight after this fight. I'm moving up to 125 and fighting for that belt. I know you're going to call your shot and you're looking for that title shot, but are you concerned that even with an impressive performance that Zhang Wei Li could get in your way? And what would be your reaction if the UFC went that direction?
Honestly, I don't really care either way. That stuff is all out of my control. What's in my control is putting on the performances that I need to put on to be able to make sure that the UFC knows that I'm the next in line for the belt and that I would make a great champion. And I believe that they see that. So, whatever they need to do in the meantime, whether that's, Whaley and Valentina and however they do that, and then me coming in next, I don't care. What I care about is going out there, finishing Erin, and making sure that my name is known.
What did you think of Valentina's fight with Man? It was a really close fight, very competitive fight for the title in your division. Did you watch it and what did you think of it?
Yeah, it was a close fight. I wasn't surprised. I mean, I think they're both great fighters. But I wasn't surprised by the outcome. I knew that Valentina was still going to get it done. Um, honestly, I was still in camp at that time, so like paying attention, but also I'm like I have a one track mind right now, and that's beating Erin.
So what is the headline going to read on Saturday? You said you're going to go out there, you get a finisher, but when you're going on the MMA sites, oh, how do they talk about the win? What do you expect to see?
That it was a bloodbath and that it wasn't a back and forth brawl. So I plan on hurting Erin, and I plan on finishing her in a dominant way and getting my spot.
There you go. Two last things. One, I saw you got to throw out the first pitch at a Colorado Rockies game. And as someone who worked in the low scale radio industry, I have thrown out a couple of first pitches in my life. And believe me, it was on a much, much, much smaller scale than doing it at a major league stadium before a major league baseball game. I was nervous as hell. What was that experience like for you? Was it nerve wracking? Were you super nervous going up there with that ball?
Honestly, I wasn't. Because one, I practiced a lot. And also, I didn't think that anything could be worse than my free throw for the Nuggets game. So I did pretty good. No, I think that for me, like I don't really get nervous for those things because I mean it's such an honor to be able to do those kind of opportunities, and to have the ability to even go out there and be like throwing the first pitch, like it's a cool opportunity and um it was a great time.
Come a long way, right? You're getting calls to throw out first pitches at Major League
Yeah.
Baseball games. Like that's, I mean, what does that mean to you to get these opportunities like this?
Honestly, I just have to remind myself like sometimes when I do those things, I'm like, what do what the heck? Like right now it almost seems like it's normal, but I also am like, damn, like I get to do these things, it's really cool. Um and it's just kind of a testament to the hard work, the hours I put in and all the effort that I put in and the coaches that have also put in all the work with me. And so just like I get the opportunity to go and fight again and get another win, I also get the opportunity to go and meet other top level athletes and see how they perform, and see how they prepare and how they do everything. And so honestly, it's an honor. And it's a really cool experience.
What was the result of the pitch? Because I assume that because we did not see video or any sort of images on
That's
this,
See, I
it
don't know
wasn't a
why no
bad
one
one.
posted a video, and I didn't have a video. I will post a video, but it was a great throw. Um, and I threw it right down the middle. I got a strike, so it was
Yeah.
perfect.
Because if you didn't, we would have saw the video, fan cams and all this stuff. Oh, Maycee throws his ball. So it must have been a good
Probably,
one.
probably.
You were not
I
50
guess I should
Cent.
probably post a video.
Yeah, just get
No.
it out there. Last thing before I let you go, because I've been asking all of the fighters that I've been speaking with this question. Coming up at UFC 318 in July in New Orleans, Dustin Poirier is fighting for the final time, and you got to share an event with him recently, UFC 299 in Miami. It's the last dance, so to speak. So, in honor of that, do you have a favorite Dustin Poirier fight moment? Anything you can share in that regard?
Honestly, I think that for me, I've just growing up in the UFC and growing up in the sport, I've always watched Dustin Poirier, and I think that he's a class act from all the way around, from the way he fights and then the way he carries himself, and um it's just really cool to see, and it's been an honor to be able to be on a card with him, and I think that all of the fighters that are um before me, I try to take whatever I can from them and just learn as much as I can. So I don't know if I have a favorite fight. I just think that he's one of the fighters I've always watched and paid attention to, just because of who he is, how he fights, and what you can see what really matters to him, and it's just really cool to watch him.
Well, Dustin Poirier has been in his share of bloodbaths. You are predicting a bloodbath on Saturday, and very excited to see you back in the mix at 125 pounds, taking on Erin Blanchfield. Main event, UFC Vegas 107 at the Apex. Maycee, great catching up with you again. All the best to you the rest of this week and in the fight on Saturday.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.